this is a new style of videos, and this is just something I wanted to do for fun. I am making a character that's inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I have been obsessed with the series so far. I'm currently on season 5, and one thing I noticed is that all of the designs were just really out there. So I thought hey, that'd be good practice. I just thought it'd be fun to make a character inspired by JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So the artist that I am actually going to be inspired by is going to be Owl City. So I'm going to be taking a lot of stuff from Owls and Cities, which you'll be seeing later on. So the pose, I tried to do a very dynamic pose. I was looking up JoJo poses on Pinterest, and this is what I found. And another thing I want to note is that the stand I'm going to draw later on. I usually like drawing the character first before I draw the stand. So I'm finishing up the line art, and as you can see now, I'm struggling with the hair. I do admit I do struggle from same face syndrome, but except with the face, is also kind of the face, I also struggle with the hair. I ended up giving her a little curl on the top solely because I was thinking of JoJo's hairstyle. A lot of the design choices I took were really based off of season 5, considering that's the season I'm on right now. I gave her a little bit of a leather jacket because, like I said, the city feel. I also tried giving her cargo pants, and at first I didn't really feel it, so I decided to change it for a skater dress. I really wanted that flowy look, kind of like Trish. I really like Trish's dress, so I guess that was why I kind of chose a skirt. And then for shoes, I just did normal shoes. I didn't know what to do for shoes. I should have given her boots looking back, but I already made it. As you can see, I'm now doing the designs. I decided to give her 2 little eye hairpins, which are supposed to be like owls, because Owl City. I also decided to fill in that curve there to make it look like a beak, because I thought it'd be kind of cute. And also for the dress itself, I decided to give her I was experimenting a bit. I was thinking about clouds, but in the end I started thinking about giving her a geometric shape, kind of like a city shape, so you can see building, they look like buildings. And so that was my aim there. I also kind of inspired this part by that one scene from Spider-Verse when things like this, the city's upside down. I'll put it on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. And we get to the lips and the face, which, as you can see, I was struggling immensely. I really wanted to at least try to have that JoJo-like face, with really exaggerated lips and everything. So that was my aim there. It was really difficult. I got it to the best of my abilities, probably not perfect, but I tried to get there. I also decided to give some difference, because usually when I do those eyelashes, I usually do them pointy. I decided to give a more feathery feel because I was trying to go for an owl. I also decided to give her sunglasses, so I just thought it makes sense with the design, that really city-like feel. I also just imagined her wearing sunglasses. I just really imagine it. And then we got to colors. For some reason, Owl City, especially that whole especially the Ocean's Eyes album, really gives me blue vibes. I don't know, when I think of Owl City, I think of blues and grays. So that was my aim there. I decided to make her hair blue. Looking at it now, it's a little odd, but yeah. I think I eventually made it look a little better, but looking at it now, it looks a little weird. I was gonna make her hair in the middle orange because I wanted to do a beak, but then it just didn't work. I also made the colors of the owl's eyes obviously more like owl eyes. I made her lips really blue. I was really going for a blue kind of look. I also gave her more tan skin color because originally I was thinking, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OC. Yes, it is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OC because Owl City is one of my favorite English albums. Not English, but American. As you can see here, I made the dress a sky blue, kind of indicating it's a day in the city. And I was struggling with the jacket at first because I was trying to figure out what color combination would go well, because I already had an idea for the dress, but I had nothing for the jacket itself. And as you can see here, I did a lot of blues and grays. So now we're gonna get to the stand, and admittedly, sketching out the stand was a little weird at first because I've never really sketched out a humanoid-based character. I was it's gonna be a human, but then I didn't want to make it look completely like a human because the stands look like a mix, they do look humanoid, but they do not look human at all. I decided to go for a bit of an owl shape, so I was obviously gonna give the stand wings. I was gonna give them claws and talons. So that was my main goal with the stand itself. Make it human, but also clearly give owl inspiration. As you can see, I was also struggling with the line art. Like, when you see the eyes, I was, like, originally going for, like, a Spider-Man look, but then I didn't think it would make sense, so I decided to go for, like, those, like, weird, like, circular eyes, kind of like a robot. Very similar to, I think, Sticky Fingers, Bucciarati's stand. And even with, like, I was originally trying to go for a dress look, but then I didn't like the dress look, so I decided to do, like, feathers, or at least try to do feathers. So that's what those are, basically, because, like, owl. And I decided to make her, like, wear some kind of leotard. I was a little struggling with this at first. I originally gave her, like, these wavy designs. I eventually took them out because they reminded me way too much of a sweater. I didn't want to go for that look. You can see the talons down there, which I also struggled with because I rarely draw birds. But, yeah, I gave her, like, this leotard look. I didn't want to give her really a skirt because it didn't look good. I also decided to, like, try to change up the body type a little bit because I did not like the body. I didn't like the boxy body type. I didn't really think it would, like, made sense. And I wanted to try something new with body types because when I draw women, I keep drawing a lot of women the same, and I want to try to get out of that a little bit. Same with drawing men. And then we got to the wings, which I think was the most difficult part. In the end, I settled for, like, a wavy, like, kind of design, kind of like a nudibray. I just thought, like, at first I was, like, thinking, oh, like, I don't know how to draw feathers. But then the more I saw it, the more I thought, like, hey, it looks kind of mysterious, it looks kind of cool, so, like, I decided to keep it. I also gave the character lips at first, which I decided to give up entirely because it looked so cursed. Like, yes, JoJo is very cursed, but it looked like a superhero, and that was not the vibe I was going for. Also, don't ask me about that shade of blue. I made it work somehow, but it looks a little odd. I know it looks odd. Like, one thing that was funny about the stand was I was constantly changing stuff throughout the entire time I was processing it. Like, it was just unreal how many times I changed it. Even color palette, I was, like, experimenting. I was originally going for more grays and blues, kind of like Sticky Fingers, that design, but I didn't want to completely solely base it off of that design because I wanted to make its own thing. I ended up doing this by expanding more on the blue color palette and using a lot more blues and grays. As you can see here, I was still really going for that sweater look, and then I just really didn't feel it. I really didn't like it because it just looked weird. It gave me a cozy vibe, which I really didn't like. So as you can see here, I was like changing it up. I was filling that in, and I still kept that like dark blue sash there because I thought that looked really cool. Like it like gave like some kind of like color difference. And then I made the feathers like a bright blue. Looking back, I probably should have put more details there to indicate that they were feathers because they probably look more like diamonds. But I finished the piece now. And there's a lot of moving around the canvas. And then there's me experimenting with the leotard. Yeah, the leotard I was really experimenting with. I was trying to figure out the right colors. Originally I was going for a more purple look, which I didn't like, so I decided to change it to a more dark blue, like a cool blue, as you can see here. I actually really like that blue, looking back at it. Like, it really, like, I don't know, I just really like the blue. I don't know if it's because it's a blue I've never used before. Another thing that was hard to do was having a different contrast with all of, like, the colors, because all the colors are a really similar shade. And I didn't realize how difficult it was for me to contrast colors until I was doing this. Like, I didn't realize how hard it would be to contrast colors. As you can see here, I was also changing, like, the outfit itself. I don't know, I just really didn't like that squiggly look. It looked like a Christmas sweater, which I didn't want. And that was basically my coloring. And there's almost my finished project. You got a background, and you got the little signature, and I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is different from what I normally don't do. I will make a series on this. I don't know. This was really fun to do, and I really want to do more of these. It's been harder to do animations because of school and everything, so this may be something I might do more often. But thanks again. Thank you. Please subscribe.